this middle lane hogger, look. I know we're undertaking this guy, but he's going 56 in a 70. Yeah. So we're not doing nothing wrong. Yeah. If anything, he shouldn't be in that lane doing that, yeah?
First thing first, it always annoys me when folks say it's not undertaking if you're not changing lanes. Yes, it is. Here is the English dictionary. The act of passing another vehicle that is going in the same direction as you by driving past it on the left side. Undertaking is passing a car on its near side. Overtaking is passing a car on its off side. If I'm in lane 3, and I have been since the invention of time, and I'm passing cars in lane 2, I'm overtaken. If I'm in lane 1, and I have been since the invention of time, and I'm passing cars that are in lane 2, I'm undertaken. If you want to call it passing on the left or passing on the right, you do you, boo, but it is undertaken and overtaken, and it depends on what side of a car you pass them as to whether it's undertaken or overtaken. Now back to whether you should undertake and what the liability is if there is a collision whilst you undertake. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with maintaining your lane and undertaking, because these days there are that many empty heads in the middle lane, at times I don't think you really have a choice. For instance, if you're on a 3-lane dual carriageway and you're coming off soon, you can't count on there being a gap to be able to move over. If there's a ton of middle lane hoggers, you're not going to be able to get over from lane 3 to take your exit. So, do you just move over to the left lane when you can and proceed? That sometimes might be the option that's best to take. But you do have to be hyper aware, because if these brain farts are dawdling along in lane 2 incorrectly, they're likely to just leave the carriageway or change lanes without checking if it's safe to do so. Now, in terms of liability, if you're undertaking a middle lane hogger and they change lanes into you, who is at fault? Well, it's the person that's changing lanes that is at fault. But is there a point in being right if it means a load of hassle for you, for instance replacing a written off car or having to have yours away for a month for repair? So if conditions are anything less than perfect, it could be better to just go around the offside and do it completely legally. And then there is the age-old question of the police. Do they go after you for undertaking when the conditions don't meet when the highway code says you can undertake, which is in congested road conditions, or do they go after the middle lane hogger? If it's you, can you afford the court and solicitor's fees to defend a due care and attention charge? That's a decision that ultimately you have to make. The key to it all, though, is to be safe, and do everything in a safe manner. If there's any doubt, don't do it. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.